every day somewhere in the world, a president signs a treaty, a soldier stands guard at a border, a diplomat negotiates peace, and the nation prepares for war. But have you ever stopped to ask why nations make the decisions they do? Why do countries that trade with one another often avoid war? And how can yesterday's enemies become today's closest allies? The answers are not found on the battlefield alone. They are found in ideas developed over centuries by philosophers, historians, and political thinkers, seeking to understand the forces that shape our world. These ideas became the foundation of international relations, that is, the study of how states interact in an unpredictable international system. Among the many theories that emerged, three have shaped the discipline more than any others. They are known as the mainstream approaches, which are realism, liberalism, and social constructivism. Together, they influence diplomacy, guide foreign policy, and help explain the defining events of our past and present. This is the story of the ideas that rule the world. To understand global politics, scholars have developed different theories and frameworks that explain why states behave the way they do. Some theories focus on economics, others examine gender, colonialism, or environmental issues. But three approaches have become the foundation of international relations. These are known as the mainstream approaches because they are the most influential, widely taught, and frequently used theories in universities, diplomatic circles, and foreign policy institutions across the world. Each seeks to answer the same question, but from a different perspective. Why do states behave the way they do? Realism points to power. Liberalism believes in cooperation. Social constructivism looks to ideas and identity. Let's begin with the oldest of them all. Imagine a world with no police, no supreme authority, and no one to protect you except yourself. According to realists, that is exactly what the international system looks like. Realism argues that there is no world government capable of enforcing order. Every state must therefore rely on its own state power to survive. Its origins can be traced to Thucydides, whose account of the Peloponnesian War revealed that fear, power, and self-interest determine the actions of states. Centuries later, Niccolo Machiavelli argued that rulers must place the survival of the state above personal morality, while Thomas Hobbes described life without a central authority as a condition of constant insecurity. In the 20th century, Hans Morgenthau developed classical realism, emphasizing human nature and the pursuit of power. Later, Kenneth Ward introduced structural realism, arguing that it is the anarchic international system itself that drives competition. Realism explains the Cold War, nuclear deterrence, military alliances, and the continuing struggle among great powers. For realists, peace is preserved not through trust, but through strength. But not everyone accepted that conflict was inevitable. After the horrors of the First World War, many believed the world could choose a different path, one built not on fear, but on cooperation. This vision became known as liberalism. Its philosophical roots lie in the works of John Locke, who emphasized individual rights and limited government, and Immanuel Kant, who believed that republics, commerce, and international law could create lasting peace. These ideas were transformed into international policy by Woodrow Wilson, whose 14 points inspired the creation of the League of Nations. Although the League failed to prevent another world war, liberalism endured. After 1945, it shaped institutions such as the United Nations, the World Bank, and the World Trade Organization. Modern scholars like Robert Keohane and Joseph Nye expanded liberal thought through the concepts of complex interdependence, arguing that trade, institutions, and corporations often matter as much as military power. For liberals, peace is not a dream, it is a goal that can be achieved through cooperation, diplomacy, and shared interest. By the late 20th century, scholars began asking another question: what if power and institutions alone cannot explain international politics? What if the most powerful force in world affairs is something we cannot see? Ideas. Social constructivism argues that international politics is shaped by identities, beliefs, shared values, culture, and social norms. The theory was introduced by Nicholas Onuf, but it gained worldwide recognition through Alexander Wendt, whose famous statement is, "Anarchy is what states make of it." It transformed the study of international relations. Other influential scholars, including Martha Fillmore and Peter Katzenstein, demonstrated how international norms influence the behavior of states. Constructivists argue that enemies are not permanent, allies are not eternal, and international politics changes because people and the ideas they believe in change. For constructivists, changing ideas can change history itself. Imagine a crisis between two nations. A realist asks, who has the greatest power? Who will survive? A liberalist asks, can diplomacy, trade, or international institutions prevent conflict? A social constructivist asks, how do history, identity, and shared beliefs shape the decisions being made? Each theory sees the same world, but through a different lens. Together, they provide the foundation for understanding international politics. Empires rise and empires fall. Borders change, alliances are formed, and sometimes broken. Yet, behind every decision made by nations lies a deeper question: why? Realism teaches us that power is essential for survival. Liberalism reminds us that cooperation can overcome conflict. Social constructivism reveals that ideas and identities have the power to reshape the international system. These are more than theories found in textbooks. They influence the decisions of presidents, guide the works of diplomats, shape international organizations, and help us make sense of a rapidly changing world. The next time we hear about a war, a peace treaty, or a diplomatic crisis, remember this: behind every action is an idea, a theory about how the world works. And perhaps, by understanding these ideas, we can better understand the future that humanity is creating.